So welcome to Trinitas Regional Medical Center, and thanks for your interest in our nursing students. I'm Doug Harris. I'm Vice President of Marketing and Public Relations for Trinitas. So in a moment, I will introduce Rose, who is the Dean of our School of Nursing. After she speaks, she will introduce each of our students who will tell you about their experiences in becoming a nurse during the worst pandemic in 100 years.
Good morning. My name is Rose Mendasanti. I am the Dean of Trinitas School of Nursing and National League for Nursing Center of Excellence in Nursing Education for the fourth time. Actually, I have data to show that the enrollment and application to the School of Nursing of Trinitas has increased. And during the pandemic, it did not falter. It continued increasing. You would think that applicants are no longer interested, but instead they go forward. So we'd like to introduce to you a representative group of student and a graduating student who will talk about their experiences in nursing school during the pandemic. First, I'd like to call on Carla Munoz, who is graduating, or actually have graduated, from the program at Trinitas. We have a 2.5-year nursing program. They graduate with a diploma in nursing and an associate in science from Union County College. So Carla is a representative of the graduating class.
My name is Carla Munoz. I am a graduating student from Trinitas School of Nursing. I decided I wanted to become a nurse when I was 17. I required hospitalization, and I realized the role nurses play in healthcare. While I was in the middle of my program, the pandemic hit. We were in our OBGYN pediatric rotation. We quickly had to turn to virtual schooling, but thanks to the help of our faculty, staff, and dean, we were able to adapt quickly. In the middle of the pandemic, students were a little frustrated that we weren't able to have a more hands-on approach, but it just strengthened our resolve to become nurses and eventually help our fellow nurses fighting COVID. Thank you.
A little backstory on me. I was born in 1995 at the South Miami Children's Hospital to a father who was a doctor in the Dominican Republic and a heroic mother who at only 6.5 months pregnant had to have an emergency C-section to deliver me. I was also welcomed by two amazing older sisters, one who is 1 year older than me and the other who is 2.5 years older. From an early age, I've known that I wanted to work in the healthcare field. I remember so vividly in the 3rd grade being asked to write a few short paragraphs on what I wanted to be when I grew up and who motivated me. Not only did I have the luxury of having a father who worked in the health field, but I also had the luxury of being watched after by amazing NICU nurses. My parents have raised me to know the backstories of when I was a newborn and how the nurses helped care not only after me, but my mother as well. As a nurse, I will be able to build a relationship with the patients, and I aspire to help them feel more comfortable in the medical setting, rather than running away from it or thinking of it as being something scary.
Good afternoon. My name is Florencia Favale. I am a first semester nursing student at Trinitas School of Nursing, and I am also the secretary for the Trinitas Nursing School Association. My decision to go into nursing wasn't a sudden realization. It was more of a gradual realization that built on the more that I learned about the profession of nursing and the selfless work that nurses have all over the world. My goal as a future nurse is to bring representation to the Hispanic community and make my parents proud that their work of coming to a new country, not knowing the language, and being only 20 years of age has come to fruit. I have also noticed that nurses really have a hands-on approach with patients, and not only do they care for them, but they care for every patient as a whole. They don't treat the disease, they treat the patient as a whole, and I believe that nurses are very important to restoring the health of every patient that walks through the doors. I believe that this profession is more than just them. It's about serving their community, it's about serving their people, and it's about giving themselves selflessly. So when COVID came around and I had many questions of, why are you going into nursing during this time? Why are you putting yourself at risk every single time? And honestly, it's not just about me. It's about helping our community. It's about helping every patient that unfortunately falls ill to this disease that is very deadly. I believe that even though we're in the middle of a pandemic, that strengthens our decision. That decides if we really want to be in this profession. Nursing during COVID is a statement that this is really what we want to do. And no matter what, we are going to push forward to help restore the health of every single person that walks through the hospital.
Thank you, Dean Santee. Hi, good afternoon. My name is Michael Barros. The reason I want to become a nurse in this time of the pandemic is to show that anyone who has the willingness to help can do it. That's why I wanted to be a nurse. It was tough. I have what's known as Blount's disease, so I have a lot of bone issues with my legs. I wasn't able to walk maybe until the 2nd grade. I was in wheelchairs for a very long time in my life, and it took many years of rehab to walk again. And the people that were by my side were the nurses, constantly getting me up every day, constantly motivating me, and showing that if I don't put in the work now, I'm not going to be able to walk later in life.